Okay.
Good.
Sure would be nice if we could have some vegetables, too.
Well, it wouldn't work in a place like this. It's too dry. Cacti don't need much water, but vegetables do.
Oh.
Of course, there's a way around the problem.
Well, what's that?
Irrigation.
Irrigation?
Yes. Irrigation is just taking water from somewhere else and bringing it to a field like this one so you can grow vegetables and grains, anything you want.
Do people do that?
Sure. All over the world, people have turned dry places that won't grow anything
Except cactuses.
into fields that grow stuff to feed animals and people and parrots, of course.
Well, how would they do it? Is it like watering your lawn?
Sort of, only more complicated. You should visit Harriet's friend, the Irrigation Specialist. He helps farmers irrigate their fields, so he could show you.
Good idea.
Now, look for a cap.
This one?
No, it's blue and white. That's the one.
Great. Well, I'll see you later, Ralph. And maybe when I get back, we can make an irrigated field.
Sure. What would she do without me? Looks like she's done a mighty fine job here. Let's just see.
Excuse me. Are you the irrigation specialist?
Yes? Can I help you with something?
If you have the time, I was wondering, Ralph told me
Ralph.
that... And Harriet's parrot. I'm Jessie, and Harriet's niece.
Oh, the lady with the hats. Well, I'm sure I can spare you some time, Jessie. Have a seat. Now, what do you need to know?
Well, Ralph said that irrigation could change a dry place where hardly anything will grow into a place with enough water to grow food.
What do you think would happen if people tried to grow food without enough water?
They wouldn't be able to, would they? Because their crops would all die.
You're absolutely right. And that's exactly what happened to people a long time ago. It was not a happy time. Farm families had to watch all their work turn to dust. They had to leave their homes, their farms, their friends. They didn't have any choice. If they had stayed behind, they would have starved.
That sounds very sad.
It was. But with irrigation, there's enough water to grow things. And everything has changed. Now all those dry farms have come to life again. They can grow grain and vegetables, and the crops are better than ever. Which means that things are better for everybody. What you need to know now is how irrigation works, right?
Right.
Well, let's go have a look.
Sure. Wow! The sprinklers move all by themselves.
Yes, It's a good way to irrigate because it's a lot like rain. Only the farmer doesn't have to depend on the weather.
Where does all the water come from?
Well, that's the tricky part. Usually, it comes from rivers. You see, we have to figure out how to store the water so it's there when the farmers need it.
Is that what you use reservoirs for?
Yes. And then we have to find a way to get the water to the farmers' fields. So we build canals. Hi, Dennis. Dennis is a ditch rider. When he opens this valve, the water can flow onto this farmer's field.
Do you do that for all farms?
No, because not every farm can be irrigated in the same way. That's why the farmers come to me, the irrigation specialist, for advice on the best way to go about it.
What do you tell them?
Well, I explain that we'll have to do some tests. First of all, we take some samples of soil from the farmer's land. And we also test to find out how much water the soil will hold and...
How much water the soil will need?
Yes, that's right. After that, we draw up a plan that shows the best way to irrigate the field, and large machines move the earth to match that plan.
How much extra water the farmer needs to grow his crop?
That's right. And then we help choose an irrigation system from all the different kinds that are available. Well, I'm filling this tube with water, and then I cap the end and haul it over into the field.
Wow! Why would a farmer irrigate his field that way? Seems like a lot more work than sprinklers.
Oh, it is. But it doesn't cost as much. And it works fine, as long as the ground is fairly level, like this alfalfa field.
Well, I should be getting back to Ralph. We want to try and make our own irrigated field.
Oh? What kind of irrigation do you think you'll use?
I don't know exactly. But we'll probably use this kind of irrigation. If we use sprinklers, we'd get all wet.
Good thinking.
Thanks very much. I learned a lot.
You're very welcome. You'll have to say hi to Aunt Harriet for me.
I will. Bye.
Are you sure this will work?
Of course it will. This is the water supply. When the water flows through this tube and into the field, all our plants will be watered because the paint tray is on a slope, just like a real irrigated field would be.
Were all the fields you saw irrigated like this?
No, not all of them. Some farmers used sprinklers, and the irrigation specialist would help them to decide which was the best one for them to use.
Well, let's give it a try.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, great!
Gee, I'm
Look
impressed.
at that. So am I. It works great. Oh, it's super.
Let's try it again.
We can't do that, Ralph. Too much water is just the same as not enough water. It'll kill the plants.
Too bad. Well, what'll we do now?
Watch them grow.
Well, that'll take too long. Plants move too slow for me.
Talk to them then.
The plants?
Sure. Just don't ask them any tricky questions.
Oh, you're such a card.
Do you know sprinklers that I was telling you about have